The Ultimate Racing League presents Upland Champion Series Commissioner's Corner with your host, Mass Chef and Ant-Man89. What is up, race fans? Oh my God, I am so excited to be back. And Ant-Man89 joining me as always, co-commissioner of the Upland Racing League, Upland Racing Championship Series. I guess it's not really the Upland Racing League because we're still the Ultimate Racing League. We're just bringing you some cool stuff from Upland and a whole new generation of racing coming in. So it's going to be super exciting, and we're going to kind of lay it all out. I've got SC Kicker's going to be joining us here pretty soon. He's on his way home right now from work, so hopefully he'll be sliding in here any minute now, and I know he's pretty excited about talking about it as well. So I'm sure everybody by now has read the announcement and is kind of trying to soak it all in. So we wanted to come on tonight and just kind of give an overview of everything, answer any questions that anybody might have, and just kind of lay out how the season's going to go and what's going to happen and all that stuff. So super excited. Killa, what up, OG? Tolton in the house. Good evening, sir. Cuddy Bow. Kind of nice to see ya. Oh my God, this is gonna be awesome. Anyway, I can't wait. So I guess first things first, I want to kind of dive into the announcement a little bit and just kind of go over what is happening. And I know there were some things that were kind of tough to understand as they were going through all of this. So I'm just going to bring this up onto the screen here. Of course, it's the Harvest 2025 Championship Series. And we're going to be kicking off October 1st. And actually, it's going to be kicking off before October 1st. And there he is, SC Kicker. What is up, my friend?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's happening? Welcome. Glad to see you.
Heck yeah, man.
Sorry, I'm a little late. Just got out of work. Rolled right in hot here.
Right.
When I say hot, I mean hot. Our air condition is out.
Oh no.
That sucks.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, see, it's like of course I live in Massachusetts, so it's literally like 34 degrees outside right now. So
that sounds amazing right now.
Yeah, it actually is pretty nice. I can't lie. It's starting to turn into fall, so all the leaves are turning colors and stuff. And
damn it, you guys that cold up there already?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Fall hits us usually about the second week of September. So leaves started turning about a week ago. So yeah, we're going to be full swing. We should be peak somewhere around October 1st. It will be our peak fall season. So, and it only lasts about a week or so before it starts snowing.
Yeah.
They're already changing here in Nevada. So I was like, all right. Summer's already over.
Right?
Yeah, we've still been in the 90s here. It's been crazy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's all right. I think it's gonna be over with by the end of the week though. So
yeah, I hope so.
Shouldn't be too bad. Anyway, so we were talking about the announcement that came out today for the Harvest Season 2025 Championship Racing Series that's happening beginning October 1st, and it's actually going to begin a little bit sooner than that because of the qualifying laps. So we're going to get into all of that throughout the evening here, but I just wanted to make sure that we could answer questions if folks had questions, make sure that everybody kind of understood what was happening and how this season was going to progress and what was going to happen during the season. So as we said, we're kicking off October 1st officially. The very first finals race will be October 3rd, and we'll get into schedule here shortly so that everybody knows race dates and times and stuff like that. So, hey, Vape High Guy, what is up? Anyway, so we'll scroll down past all of the wishy-washy stuff here. Of course, we have the new racing hub that's going to be over in the Upland general server. So you want first things first, you want to go into the About Racing tab. click that little icon there, get the racers roll. And you don't necessarily have to race to have that roll. What's up, Cruz? But that'll give you all the information that you need for announcements and whatever else. If you get that roll, that'll open up the race chat channel so that you can kind of hear what's happening and see what all's going on, and make sure you get the announcements for anything relating to racing. And I know one of the questions that came up immediately was about folks that were banned on Discord being able to race, that were banned from the Upland General Discord. I have been in talks with Upland about that. We are trying to work out a solution to that. Maybe a dedicated race chat channel in game, which I think would probably be ideal. But we'll have more clarity on that as the week progresses here. And we try to hammer some of that stuff out because obviously I'm all about making sure that everybody can race regardless of whether they were previously bad boys or not. What up, Shaq?
Good. Yeah, and I'm also going to be trying to do my best to relay any information in the meantime in the in-game chat for guys.
Right. And despite the announcement, I just want to clarify one other thing real quick. The URL server is not shutting down. Just so everybody knows, we are moving race day operations over to the Upland General server and in-game chat if we can. But the URL server is not going anywhere. We're still going to be able to send announcements over to that server. It will still get out to the general public. That is a very large server. I'm not going to shut it down. So despite what the announcement said, we're not shutting down. We are moving some stuff over to the Upland General server. I will be spending a lot of time over there in the race chat channel. So if you have any questions or whatever, that's a good spot to find me. But you can always still find me in the URL server, and you can always grab me on direct message as well. What up, Wander? Good to see you, my friend.
Cruiserito.
Got a lot of people here.
Right? So registering and racing. So registering is going to be going live on September 23rd. You register to race. You go to the Upland store and you register in there. The registration fee is 30,000 UPIX for the entire season. That covers you for all 6 races, providing that you make it to the championship race at the end of the season. That covers you for everything. And then that fee becomes part of the race pool for the payouts at the end of the season. And we'll go over that in just a few moments as well. And then Upland is also adding a bonus pool to the racing. So we don't have the total number for the Upland pool yet, but we still have our sponsorship pool that is happening. And I can release some of that information now because we've sold some of those sponsorship packages already. So I do have some of that information that we're going to release here today. But one registration covers you for the entire 5-week season. Once you pay your registration fee in the Upland store, you will get a confirmation email that you're registered, and then you will be automatically added to the leaderboard from the Upland side. So that makes the registration super, super easy now. We don't have to do a whole lot of exchange and UPIX back and forth with the URL team and so on. So super cool. I'm really happy to see that. So it's going to be interesting to see how many registrants we get, because once we get down to the prize pool part of it, it's going to be important for everybody to know what you're registering for and how you can qualify to get into the prize pool, because it is it should be pretty massive, and the payouts go pretty deep into the registration. So
biggest one ever. Right? This is
it's supposed to be the biggest prize pool we've ever had. So we'll see how that pans out. But I have all the confidence in the world that we're definitely going to have a huge prize pool. I mean, just the sponsorship side of it right now for just sponsors, and we're not even sold out yet. But just for the sponsorship side of it right now, we're at a little over 1 million UPICs for the 5-week season. So we still have, I think, seven more spots available in the sponsorship pool. So if anybody wants to grab a commercial sponsorship, hit me up in the Upland Discord or hit me up in the URL Discord. Let me know. I can give you information on those packages, but it's a great way to get your business name out there and to help support the racing in general in the Ultimate Racing League and getting everybody out on the track. So super cool. So qualifying each week. So it's actually really cool because qualifying and racing are going to kind of run into each other a little bit. So qualifying is going to be from Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time until Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific time on the designated track. And we'll go over the tracks here in just a minute. So that I've already had a team of drivers out testing tracks for about the last 6 weeks. We've tested a ton of tracks, and these tracks have been extensively tested. They are free from bugs that we know of. We ran them several times and weren't able to make any of them bug out. So they were free from bugs. They work well with the 240 MPS score. So some of them are fairly long, some of them are a little shorter, but all of them are way fun. So I can't wait to see how everybody does. And one of the cool things is if we select your track to be in any of these series, you will get reserved for you a URL property marker to put on your track, designating that we used your track in one of our racing series live on the Metaverse Racing News Network. So watch out for that too. I will be hitting all the current tracks up. I'll be getting in touch with the owners to make arrangements to get that URL property marker over to them so they can get it on their track for race day. So that's one of the cool benefits of getting your track selected as one of our tracks for the series. So qualifying window. Now your qualifying must be a public race. You don't have to have AI on, but it does have to be a public race. I would recommend throwing in, for 100 UPICs or something, just to make sure that it gets recorded onto the blockchain. But it does have to be a public open race to qualify. So that was one of the stipulations that we made, that public races just make life easier because we get to record it on our end and some of our other tools that we use during race day. So, Cuddy Boat, I say test one out. Woohoo! Well, you're about to get the whole list here in a minute. You can go test them all out if you want to. And I would encourage you to do so because some of them are deceitfully fast.
Racing is a joke, man. It's like we've been racing on the off season. It's like you got to drink water, you got to eat right before the race,
right?
And you got prep.
Yeah, no kidding. So one of the things that seemed kind of a little bit misleading was there was a couple of mentions of 24 top drivers and 18 top drivers, but I wanted to clarify. So the top 24 drivers in qualifying all earn points and all earn part of the UPICs pool, prize pool for that week. So the top 24 drivers are A, in the money, and B, in the points. So as long as you make the top 24, you're either in money or in points. Now, with that said, only the top 18 of those 24 make the semifinal races on Fridays. So if you want the big money and the big points, you got to be in the top 18. And that's where you'll really start to get paid. And so then, but all 24 of the top drivers will earn points and earn UPICs. So I just wanted to make sure that I clarified that part of it. Hell yeah, we definitely need to get some bus races. And I want everybody to know we're bringing back On the Track Live Saturday nights. We won't start that until probably the second week of racing, but we're going to bring back On the Track Live. And I'm throwing it out there right now. we're going to have 50,000 UPICs on the line for a bus race. Somebody, I need 6 buses on the track during On the Track Live Saturday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And somebody, one of those 6 drivers is going to earn a 50,000 UPICs bonus just because I want to see 6 buses on the track. Now, I've already raced my bus, so I know what it races like. They're fun as hell, but they look funky, and they don't take turns worth of crap. But it is super fun. Anyway,
totally.
Right. So so then once we get the top 18 drivers, we will put them out. They're going to be snaked into their heats based on their qualifying time. So we're running on a snake format so that each of the heats are able to do are balanced out evenly, right? So you have some really good times, some slower times, whatever in each heat. So that'll be, but those heats will get balanced out based on the qualifying times.
Yep. And you can absolutely run your quals as many times as you need to get your best time. I think that's awesome. Simply because so much stuff happens, you know?
Right. And so you can literally run the track 100 times to qualify. It doesn't matter. Now, with that said, after the first week, you're going to have qualifying times and racing from the previous week's qualifying time happening at the same time. Because in week number 2, you start qualifying on Thursday, but week's number 1 final is that Friday. So everybody's going to have to keep that in mind as they're doing their racing and doing their qualifying times, because you could potentially get used to one track, have to run another track, and then be back on the first track again. Yes, that should take some of the nerves out of it for sure, Vape. No question about it. That should take some of the nerves out of it. And then for the finals of each week, so the finals will be on the Monument track on week number 6 of each season. And the top 12 points leaders from the previous 5 weeks will make it to the finals for that season and run on the Monument track on week number 6. So that's kind of how the heats and the races will run, and the point system will run. Right? Exactly. Very much so, Cuddy. All right, championship racing rules. So this is I kind of went through a little bit of this. So the max performance score is 240 for every race. So literally you can have any car, you can do any boost that you want, as long as you don't max go over the 240 MPS score. So that brings a lot of cars into play. That definitely brings in the the UK series, the Miami series, that brings in a lot of vehicles. So use your boost wisely. And I want everybody to know, so they are planning on having another boost sale coming up here pretty soon. So if you don't have very many boosts, you want to boost up and up your inventory a little bit, you will get a chance to do that before the end of the season. So just a heads up on that for everybody. All right. So as I said, all races must be public. Qualifying phase runs Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time through Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific time on the track chosen by the race commissioners. We'll get to that in just a moment. Eliminations, the 6 slowest qualifiers of the top 24 get eliminated, and then the 18 advance to the semifinals. And there's your heat positions there. 1, 6, 7, 12, 13, 18 go in heat 1, 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, and 17 in heat 2. 3, 4, 9, 10, 15, and 16 go into heat 3. And then the finals are the top 2 finishers from each of those 3 heats. So there's a lot more racing to do to make it to the finals each week, which was the goal of all of this. We wanted to make sure that people were spending a lot of time on the tracks. This will force folks to get out on the track, practice the track, which is going to give us some super exciting heat runs and some super exciting finals each week. And that is what we live for. We want to see some crazy racing. That's what we're looking for. And then final rankings, all 24, as I said, of the all of the 24 top qualifiers are ranked by their times across the 3 race phases. So the top 6 are your finishing place is based on the final heat results. Position 7 through 18 is based on semifinal race times, and then positions 19 through 24 are based on your qualifying time. So that kind of lays out how everybody gets positioned for the week each week. And then the points format we'll get to here in just a minute. But here's our track schedule. So week 1, we are on Ventura Vista. Qualifying starts, as I said, before October 1st. Qualifying is going to start on Thursday, September 25th, and run through Monday, September 29th, 9 a.m. Pacific time each way, or 12 Eastern time each way. So, and then week 2, we've got Gangsters Paradise Rio. Week 3, On the Map Speedway. Week 4, Metaspook Circuit. Week 5 is 5 watts. And then our championship finals will be on the London Monument Track.
Right on. 5 watts is an OG, man. That's like one of the first tracks I started racing on.
Yeah, and it's a fun track too. I like that track. All right. So here's the point system. This will be run weekly, and this we're also using the exact same format for the finals races, because if you're in the in one of the weekly finals, the top 12 drivers will get into the season finals, and then they all earn points towards the Genesis Grand Champion Finals, which happened during Genesis Week, which is points accumulated through the entire year. It's just public, Cuddy. You don't have to run with AI. Just run public. So you can literally, start the race, and as soon as the lobby comes up, get it started and run by yourself if you want to. But it just has to be a public race. That's all. Vape. Got it. Always thinking of the angles, bro. I love it. So anyway, that's the point systems. And as I said, top 12 drivers after 5 weeks advance to the season championship in week 6. And again, we're encouraging everybody to grab some power-ups. If you haven't got them already, go grab some, because I can promise you that somebody's going to be in there with the UK edition. Now, if anybody doesn't know, the UK editions have monster acceleration, and they're hard to beat unless you can get the right combo of power-ups to get in there on them. So it's going to be good. All right, so all registered racers will contribute to the seasonal prize pool with their 30,000 UpX registration fee. And then Upland will add a bonus contribution for the top racers for each season's prize pool. Again, told that it's going to be the largest prize pool of any season that we've ever had, and that includes any of the URL seasons, which was in general running prize pools around the 3.5 to 4 million UpX mark per season. So we're looking for at least that in this season as well. And then we got to bring up the additional rewards, because you're going to get badges at the end of each season. Top 3 racers earn the champion's badge there for the season, and the top 12 receive, I don't know if everybody caught this or not, but we'll receive a special episode of Lore Legit, which highlights the racing series. So I thought that was super cool. That'll be a custom Lore Legit for racers only. So that's going to be super awesome. And then, of course, championships, champion series prizes. This is for coming out on top at Genesis Week. You will. This is the badge that you would get for the Genesis Week Championship. So you're earning points towards these badges as well. These are only handed out once a year. So these are pretty awesome.
Very prestigious.
Very prestigious. And just letting everybody know. So one of the biggest questions I had was about the team racing. So even though we're not doing team racing for this first season, everybody should know we are working on team mechanics and will be absolutely 100% introducing team racing in a season in the very near future. So stay tuned because it's going to be really cool. The team prizes are going to be really cool. And yes, Vape, the trophy is automatic. Okay. Top 3 from each season will also receive a URL trophy commemorating the season. And we are officially on URL season number 9 with this harvest season coming up. So URL trophies are still on the line. So everybody will get URL trophies. And yes, soon is trademarked. So look for team information soon. Trademark.
Right on. Yeah, so if you see one of those trophies, guys, the trophy or the badge, just know they will take your Upix in a race.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. So, I just wanted, so one thing I'm going to go over to, and one of the coolest things that I did over the course of the last month or so, and of course now it's not going to load. Why isn't it going to load? There we go. All right. So I created a new racing program in Excel. So I will share this link with all of the drivers. So you will have all the information. You will be able to get into this sheet and view all of the detailed information that's in here, including individual standings, how you performed in each race. There'll be more tabs than this. Obviously, race 1 through 6 will be in here. But this automatically based on times. So if I put in the times, it will automatically tell us who is racing or who is qualified and who didn't. It automatically puts the drivers into their specified heats. So if you and let me make this full screen so everybody can kind of see it a little bit better. Let me find my cursor. There it is. So as you can see, it automatically will put you into the heat that you qualified for. So if I just throw some times in here, it'll tell you if you go to the semifinals or if you were eliminated. And I'll just put some
It's
in
such
here.
a neat system, man.
So it tells you what heat you're going to go into. And then my new statistician, Crypto Gerbs, all he has to do is come by and put the times into the heat slots in this area here. He'll enter the times there, and then this will automatically tell you over here in this area where you finished at. It also calculates for you the total points that you've earned and also your Upix payout based on where you finished in line. So this will be live. Basically, it's live leaderboard each week. This will be a live board updated as we are racing because I hired a statistician to do that. So Crypto Gerbs, if you're out there, thanks, buddy.
The superstars behind the scenes, guys.
Right? Absolutely. And then one other thing I wanted to quickly show is where we are with the payout purses here. And I'm going to move, hang on a second. Let me move this to the other side so we can see this a little better. There we go. So basically, first place is going to earn 16% of the total prize pool. Second place is 13%. Third is 11%. So if you look right now, I've already filled in the sponsor purse that we have so far. So right now, each week, the first place driver is going to take home 26,383 Upix. So you're literally in one race can win all of your prize pool money back for what you spent on registering. And that's just from the sponsorship pool alone that we've already sold. So that's it. And this could potentially go up, so because I still have more to sell. So this
7
pool,
spots left, right?
I think 7 spots left. Yeah. So this pool could go up another several $100,000. So you could potentially end up just from the sponsorship pool making your entry fee back in one race if you come out in first place. So just a little heads up for everybody. If you're questioning whether or not you want to spend that 30,000 UPIX and try racing, do it. Because I mean, and you're at the most you're going to lose like 24K, I think, because even last play, even 24th place is going to bring in 1,100 UPIX for coming in last. And if you do that 5 weeks in a row, you're still making almost 6K UPIX, so you're only losing about 24. And I haven't seen anybody come in last place every week yet. So
no, these are huge incentives to get people racing, man, for sure. Even new racers. I mean, because honestly, like, unless you're the worst of the worst, man, you really got nothing to lose.
Right. So this is our schedule for racing, and we already talked about the qualifying dates, but I did want to go over the race date, the finals date for each week, in the times, because we are alternating times this season, and we're doing that for a specific reason, and that is because we want people from other time zones to be able to race as well and be able to show up into the finals. So we've altered the race times from 1:30 p.m. Eastern time to 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, and we will have 3 1:30, 2 o'clock races, because the finals is at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and then 3 dates that are at the 6:30 p.m. Eastern window as well. Now, with that being said, we do have one Thursday race that'll happen at 6:30 p.m. October 30th, because nobody is going to race on Halloween, because everybody's going to be spending time with their families. And I'm actually traveling because my niece is getting married on the 1st of November. So we're traveling on Halloween to make sure that we can make it to my niece's wedding. So that is our only kind of off day schedule, and that'll be 5 watts. Will be happening Thursday, October 30th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. So that's the only one weird one there that's kind of, a little strange, but that's okay. So what do you think, KO?
It's a lot of info, man.
I'm going to put you on the spot right off the bat.
KO or SC?
Or I'm sorry, SC. Yeah, what do you think, SC? Sorry,
like,
I was reading KO's chat and it just came out. Sorry.
Man, I think it's pretty cool. It's I gotta say it's been pretty neat to watch racing evolve to where it's at. I mean, think back to like the first. I don't even know what the first event was. The first one I was involved in was the Creedmoor Creep Fest. With the fundraiser. And
oh my God, that was so long ago.
I know, right?
Man.
It's just amazing to see how much it's evolved, because that was back then. It was actually all AI. We didn't even
drive
there and watched it was great. You watch the cars drive and
sit there, watch the cars roll around. Right.
Now, do you know? So I was thinking about this the other day. So thinking back to that event that we did for that fundraiser, we were able to put skins on the cars. Is this something that's going to be coming where people can have sponsored cars? So maybe, let's say someone like Hyde Park Ninjas came in and they wanted to sponsor a car and they did like a Hyde Park wrap for that car. Is this going to be something in the future? It's got to be, right?
I would think so. I would think that it would have to be. I mean, that just seems like the next kind of evolution of the car mechanic, in my opinion. Whether it actually comes to fruition or not, or how soon that comes to fruition, it's hard to say. But I would think that that's something that would almost have to be in the pipeline at some point.
Yeah. I mean, the technology's there. We can already do it. So
yeah. I mean, we can wrap an apartment building. We should be able to wrap a car pretty easy. I can't imagine it would be much different. So yeah, to me, that's really one of the next evolutions of racing, and should be coming at some point, I would think. Now that is not in any way, privileged information. I haven't gotten anything from the Upland team about that. But in my own mind, that just seems like the next thing that should be around.
Yeah.
I could definitely see it naturally evolving into that and opening up a new meta venture avenue too. So.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, I can, with the wraps and custom car designs and all that, I could totally see that going in all kinds of different directions. I think it would just be awesome.
Sure. So see, Vapai is asking about a racing school. That would be interesting.
So years ago, now I haven't heard a whole lot about this in a few years now. But years ago, they did talk about your BE being able to be trained as a racer. SC, I know you probably remember some of that conversation.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that that's been completely nixed. I think it's still kind of in the playbook at some point in time, which would be, which would mean, like, if you would somehow have to be able to attach traits to your BE, where they would, their traits could be increased and whatever, because obviously that would make if you could train a BE to race, and maybe they give boosts to your cornering and your braking and, that sort of thing. Certainly to me, that would make that BE very valuable. So, especially if you had one that was maxed out on a bunch of stuff, or whatever. And at that point in time, when they talked about that, they did talk about, possibly having racing schools or BE training schools or, something along those lines. So, I haven't heard anything about it in quite some time. But I like to think that that's still kind of on the board at some point, because I really do think that would be super cool.
Yeah.
What up, Fabs?
Fabs.
Right on time, brother. Not late at all.
Yeah, it's really exciting to see them really start putting into racing for us, man. This is so cool. The whole setup, I think, is going to streamline everything for us.
Well, and I think, I think this new evolution in racing, I think, is going to hopefully bring out more racers and get more people into trying racing. The entry point is a lot better, because I don't know if any, for those who don't know, URL fees were $120,000 per driver per season. So, to drop that down to $30K, I'm hoping that makes it a little more reasonable and more manageable and more palatable for people to jump in and try racing. And it's hard to shell out $120K when you're got a race City Pigeon and Crowley and Cuddy and Cruiserito and Vape Guy and Picasso and all those, JH, nobody wants to spend $120K to try to get in and race with all those guys, knowing that they're just going to take your upix, but, to bring in, to only have to put out $30K. You might, try your hand at winning some of that back, or coming out on top if who knows. I think the next great racer is out there. We just haven't found him yet, and with that being said, I want everybody to know, so the on myupland.info, and as most of you know, we use that a lot here in the Ultimate Racing League. We use a lot of that information there. Buellman is the man when it comes to programming for racing information. We have the URL Professional World Ranking leaderboard there. That leaderboard is being zeroed out on September 25th. That board is going to zero. So everybody is on a level playing field. So to get on there and you basically have to have, public races. They have to have more than two, two or more real late racers, and you can earn points on that leaderboard. And that's how we rank our drivers in the Ultimate Racing League. So that board is being zeroed out for the new season. So everybody is starting at 0 now and has a chance to run up that leaderboard. So if you haven't been on there, you should definitely check it out, myupland.info. Very cool. What do we got? Any other questions out there? Because there's got to be more, I'm sure.
I think they're ready to race.
I know. I can tell you, I'm ready to race, man. I've been, with having the summer off and then, a little bit of a delay, we were going to start a new URL season. And then we were approached by Upland to do this instead. So we held off for another 6 weeks or so to get this ready. So yeah, I'm definitely ready to go. I'm super excited about it. I want to give a great big shout out real quick to City Pigeon and Crowley and the people over at the Upland Garage. They've been having some events over the summertime. I've had an opportunity to race with those guys. It's been a lot of fun with racing with Cuddy and Cruiserito and everybody over there. It's been a great time. So shout out to those guys for keeping it rolling over the summertime when we were gone. So lots of props to my Upland Garage crew.
Absolutely. I look forward to seeing some of those names up at the top too.
I have no doubt in my mind we're going to see some of those names at the top. No doubt at all. So I hope everybody's excited for racing as we are. I just can't wait to get the season going, and I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
Absolutely. And always reach out to us, man. If you guys come up with any new questions or anything that we can help out with, we got a new Discord channel on Upland, so definitely reach out to us.
Yeah.
And get set up with the Racer tab.
Yeah, and everybody knows, I'm available by direct message pretty much all the time. If you have any questions, I mean, even if you want to complain about something, you want to throw down a bitch, I'm happy to listen. I might not do anything about it, but I'm happy to listen to you. And I can help facilitate whatever I need to, any way that I can to make things better for you.
Do it respectfully.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. So everybody, make sure you check us out right here, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Every Monday night, we're going to talk about that week's qualifying laps. We're going to set up our qualifiers. We're going to set up our heats during that time. SC is going to join us in the opportunities that he has, to jump on with us and just talk racing and have a good time. And we'll be here every Monday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time throughout the racing season. And then check us out. Live racing happening either 1:30, 6:30 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. We will be doing On the Track Live. Join myself, Ant-Man, City Pigeon on the track. We're going to have some fun. That's our night to just chill out, have fun, make some extra upics, drink a little, have some casual racing going on, and have some fun. So join us for the racing season. We're going to be here all season long. We've got 6 weeks coming up of really exciting racing. If you haven't been over to the Upland Discord yet to get yourself the racer roll, make sure you do that, because that's the way you're going to keep up with everything happening racing in this upcoming season and next season. And we are already accepting public nominations for tracks for Wonderland season. So we want to get on that early. We're going to start testing tracks for Wonderland in the next week or two to try to get those tracks finalized so that we can be ahead of ourselves a little bit on the next series. So SC, anything? Got anything else?
No, I'm excited to see everything kick off and get some racing. It feels like it's been forever. I haven't got to do as much racing, a little bit, here and there on stream. We did a bus race, which was interesting this past Sunday. Those things are huge.
Yeah.
You have to go from the helicopter view because you can't see anything.
Right. And Shaq, to answer your question, no, we don't have to do URL sanctioned tracks anymore. We just do extensive testing now on tracks, and we want to introduce. There is over 300 tracks in Upland right now, and I think it's more than that. I think we're close to 400. But there's so many tracks in Upland that pretty much the URL sanctioning process is kind of outdated. So we've kind of eliminated that process, and we want to start to highlight some of these other awesome tracks that are out there that don't really get highlighted. So we're looking to bring in new tracks. Of course, we are going to still use some tracks that we've used in the past. Creedmoor is always going to be in the rotation at some point just because it's Creedmoor. But if you haven't been over to the Upland Discord yet, haven't gotten your racer roll, do that. Hit me up on the race chat channel over there if you would like to nominate a track for Wonderland season, and we can start testing those tracks out. Now, let me give you a little bit of information about what we're looking for on a track to use in the series. We are looking for tracks that are compatible with the 240 MPS score. Okay, so there needs to be some decent straights, there needs to be passing zones, there needs to be some technical areas, and most importantly, it needs to be bug free. And when I say bug free, I mean there can't be a warp in it where it warps you backwards. There can't be a lane jump. So a lot of times if you have an out and back track where the track goes out and then makes a turn and comes straight back roughly on the same line or in the same area, you can sometimes jump from one side of the track to the other. It's okay if you have those glitches. It's not that we're not going to ever not use the track, but if you find the glitches, or if we find the glitches testing, you will know about it because we're going to tell you about it. And you just send a support ticket into Upland and try to get your track fixed so that we can use it for next time. So we will loop of death, LOL. Yeah, right. 437 tracks. Thanks, Vape. I knew we were up over 400.
That's crazy.
So that's just insane. And I can tell you, it just continues to grow every day. I know that I submitted a new track yesterday. I have another new track that's being built in Las Vegas right now where the structure is started. So there's new tracks coming all the time, and we want to make sure that we highlight these tracks that are out there in the community and not just certain ones based on criteria that's not really attainable anymore. So everybody, if you've got a cool track and you want to see it in the Ultimate Racing League Championship Series for Upland, hit me up with it. We'll test it out. We'll let you know if there's problems with it. You can get them fixed and we can go. And then all the tracks for this season, I will hit up the owners of those tracks and I will reserve you an Ultimate Racing League property marker that you can pick up. Hopefully you have a property in Chicago because that's where I'm going to reserve it at for you. And not sick of not seeing any new tracks yet, right? I know. I'm looking at that list all the time too, and every time I see it, I'm like, "Oh, there's one I've never tried. Oh, there's one I've never been on. Where did that one come from?" Anyway, all right, everybody, that's going to do it for us for tonight. SC Kicker, thanks for joining us. Ant-Man, as always, and I will see you all soon. And I hope everybody had a wonderful evening, and we will see you on the track.
Have a good night, everyone.